Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Prop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
And here we go.
Welcome to the Balking Dead, where there hasn't been no sleep for this wicked one, guys. And yeah, once again, I slept like shit for real, though, not just saying so. This is a part of having a show that sucks donkey beat. Down 2.3 units this week, and to go 3-4 on K-props yesterday and to lose money. Yeah, I'm pissed off a little bit, to say the least, guys, so say it with me now. Ooh, sa. And as Aaron Rodgers once said, to all the mother trucking doubters out there, RELAX. Relax. And we got that pirate pistol out, fellas. And you know what happens when Sharpie gets mad and pulls out them little pistols, bro. We gonna go 2-0. So let's talk about this card today. Let's get into it because we do got Darvish coming up shortly. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there and use that promo code PUBSports. On your first deposit, they will match deposit you up to 100, minimum of 25. As you already know, guys, we have another sponsor, guys. W. It's a clean energy drink out there, guys. It's a powder with no come down to your day. Simply by scanning the QR code on screen, you will also get 10% on your first order by using the same promo code as PrizePicks, and that's PubSports, fellas. If they don't got that promo code somewhere, you should probably tell them to go get it. So, shout out to the chat, guys. Appreciate you all for coming in. Shout out to the best producer in the whole wide world, Big Show Picks. Y'all know the drill. Hit the like if you haven't. Make sure you have the notification bells on. And let's get to the monies. On this show, guys, we use FanDuel lines, then compare them to PrizePicks unless stated otherwise. We are now 7 to 8 games deep into the season, so we will not bring up last year's numbers unless there is a drastic difference from where they are at now. So we will be going off of the splits that they have now. Let's talk Hugh Darvish versus the Royals. Number 23 in the black book. This year, he's got a 27.3 K percentage and an 8.1 walk percentage. Opened up at a 7+, minus 115. He's right around the same price right now, minus 130-ish. 6.5 on PrizePicks. Outs, hits, earned runs were not available on PrizePicks. The lineup for your Royals today will be 6 lefties and 3 righties. This year's K per 9. He's got an 11 K per 9 at home where he is today, 8.5 on the road. He's always had a better K per 9 at home. Not that big of a drastic difference, but to go back through his scorecard and his back of his baseball card, the guy's always just been better at home. Lefties, he's got a 10.6 K per 9, and righties, he's got a 9 K per 9. That matches his career-wise too, guys. He's always struck out lefties at a better clip. And they got 6 of them hoes in this lineup, guys. So, yeah, let's talk this, guys. This was the spot, guys, where I was fighting with myself with Not because it's not a great spot. It's because I got kicked square in the nuts, guys, when I ran outs props yesterday. And the hardest part of gambling, guys, is to not let recency bias get in the way, guys. And that goes with what they do and with what we do, guys. So I doubled up on 2 guys yesterday and lost juice and evened out on 1 because they hit their K props and their outs didn't. I don't bet to go even. I don't bet to cover my ass. I bet to fucking win, guys. And I've got to buckle in, guys. I've got to pick one or the other from here on out if I like it, and strap up and buckle in and shoot your damn shot, Sharpie. So let's talk about it, guys. If we look at these guys' numbers, they're not. They look good. They look good, guys, but they're not good, guys. These guys have been great to Team Balking Dead's bankroll. Fading the damn Royals, guys, have been money in the bank. We have lost two out of over 15 strikeout props on the year versus the Kansas City Royals. Thank you, Kansas City Royals, for helping us pay some of our bills. Fuck you, Charlie Morton. Fuck you, G-Rod. Those 2 guys, you still owe me a little bit of money from that team, guys. But at the end of the day, guys, this has been really, really good money, guys. Even Corbin Burns hit his strikeout prop versus this team. Let's talk about these numbers versus these Royals, who, if you actually look at it, guys, they're not walking but not striking out. And they're actually hitting the ball over the last 15 days. Well, I beg to differ, guys. Let's go look and see who they face over the last 15 days. Corbin Burns went 6 innings with 7 punchies. Giolito went 6 innings with 9. Cease had his strikeouts at 6. He did get hit a little bit. Oh, they got the fat Lance. I mean, Lance Lynn. Okay, so they got to 1 guy. Then they went and seen the A's and the Orioles. Okay, you got the Grayson Rodriguez, but Mason Miller still went 6 and got his 6, guys, on 88 pitches at that. So the numbers right here seem just a wee bit fraudulent to me, guys. So even though it looks like, hey, Sharpie, we're on the strikeouts here, right? Huh? You're fucking telling me everybody's hitting their damn strikeouts. This is where I got to tell myself I can't double up, guys. And I ended up taking Darvish's outs over 18.5 at plus 105. And I put a half unit on it at that. And you're like, what, Sharpie? You only put a half unit? I expect this guy to go deep after a day like yesterday where the Padres had to go to the pin early. Today would be the day Bob Melvin needs his guy to go 7. And Darvish is the one to go do it on this team, guys. And the proof is in last season where Darvish went over 18.5 and 16 of 29 starts, where we get a good number on him. Why we get a good number on him right now, guys? He's only 3-7 to his starts this year. And let's look a little deeper though. First game, he had a pitch count, so we could take that out. Now he's got a 50% win rate, 3 out of 6. All right. Oh, he pitched in Mexico City where it was a baptism by fire in those air conditions, guys. We'll take that game out too, guys. Now we got a 60% win percentage in a spot where the team needs him. And I think he should go out and dominate right here, guys. I did only go a half unit here because the Padres do want to win this series. And it is 1-1 with this game being the rubber match. So if Bob Melvin decides to pull some host shit like he did last week, pull Darvish after 6 innings and cruising with 80 pitches? Oh, man. Just because you think you're smart, you're usually not like that, Bob Melvin. So I could see it in there if they really think they have a better matchup with the pin with a guy. Bob Melvin's going to go to it. Now, he got ridiculed after the game for that. So maybe he does leave Darvish out there, but I don't think it's about leaving him out there. This guy's going to go out there and do what he should do, and that's dominate, guys. So I don't want to double up, but his K prop is over or nothing. The reason why I did stay off the K prop is all those guys I named. Going back to last year, we can't call Burns that guy this year, but going back throughout their career, these guys are known as strikeout pitchers. Cease, Burns, Giolito, and then you got Miller and Grayson Rodriguez, who are fireballers, guys. So those guys look for the punch outs is what I'm getting at, where we got a guy right here who doesn't look for the punch outs. He is content with weak contact. And when we look at the contact, the Royals chase. The Royals are a chasing team. They like to go fishing, guys, and they don't strike out in the zone often. And that's where we take advantage of Darvish, or at least I do. And that's why I took advantage of versus the Twins last week. And thank God he got 7 strikeouts in those 80 pitches because, man, that was some boneheaded crap if I've ever seen it. So Let's get into old GCZ, guys, and Garrett Cole versus the Blue Jays. Number 5 in the black book. This year, he's got a 27.4 K percentage and an 8 walk percentage. Morning line was 7 plus minus 132. His outs, hits, earned runs were not available on PrizePicks, where his K prop was at a flat 7. Projected lineup 6 righties, 3 lefties for your Blue Jays. K per 9 this year. At home, where he's always been that dude, guys. He's got a 10.6 K per 9 on the road. He has an 8.2, guys. Only 19 innings compared to 38 at home. He is still a good dude to be striking people out. I just don't know if this is the right situation. Lefties, guys, he's got a 9.9 K per 9 this year, and the same versus the right-handed side. And there's only one way to look at this, guys. And even though Garrett Cole is at home, where over the past history, his strikeouts have gone up. But what happened with Domingo Germán yesterday, guys, and the fact that the Jays and Cole have a giant history of them calling him a cheater and having him checked multiple occasions, including the last time these guys played, guys, which was a couple weeks back. And Garrett Cole deked these fools, guys. I mean, I know deke's a hockey term, but flying V, mother truckers. But this guy was touching 10 different places, going, Ed, lick, just playing mind games with these guys. And as Yogi Berra once said, guys, this is a 50% physical and 80% mental type game. Yeah, I know that doesn't add up, but that's Yogi for you, guys. And if you go for the first game they played, they lined Cole at a 7.5. He didn't come close to that. When the numbers said that, he should have hit that, guys. They did have a high strikeout percentage and they weren't walking at that time. Now we're walking into some numbers that say, oh, hell no. And yeah, the fact that Cole's been a 6.5 4 times this year, only being 1 and 3 to the over. And we called that one over, guys, because they had Mike Zunino in the damn lineup. And we're like, hey, guys, this guy right here could have a golden sombrero. And he did. And he had 3 of them golden sombreros before he got the 4th from Garrett Cole. So, GCZ, you need to have a good reason to play this over, guys. This is not a trap. This is a hard game for him to get strikeouts in, even over his past. So, let's talk about it, guys. This, to me, is a day of unders. And old no ball Sharpie might be betting some unders today, guys, because I'm sick of calling these guys not going to hit and not making money. So, with it being moving day, I have to wait for lineups to come out. I refuse to get in on my unders for the first time with some AAA lineup out there, guys. I'm just not doing it. Now, you give me their regular everyday hitters minus a bat, okay. I am fading these guys because of certain reasons. I'm not fading the other guys that they decide to put into a lineup today because it is moving day. So, Garrett Cole and a couple of these other guys today that I'm going to be looking at betting their under today, I just want their normal everyday lineup. And let's talk about another guy who we've been spot on with this guy this year, guys. So let's talk about Kodai Senga, number 65 in the black book versus the Tampa Bay Rays. We talked about these Rays already before we get into Senga, guys. They're right there with the Red Sox. You need a damn good reason to run a K prop against. And look in the proof of the pudding of what happened to old Verlander yesterday, guys. He got baptized, and we ain't talking about going to church. So, Kodai Senga versus these monster Rays. 2023, he's got a 26.4 K percentage and a disgusting 14.1 walk percentage. Opening line is 6 plus minus 122. Earned runs on PrizePicks was under over 2.5. I love the over in this spot if they put the regular lineup for his earned runs. And its strikeouts were at 5.5. Projected lineups is 6 righties, 3 lefties for the Rays. His K per 9 this year, he's got a 9 K per 9 at home, 11.7 on the road, 10.2 and a 10.7 versus the right-handed side. So he's been striking out each side pretty much the same. And the trend continues with the balking dead today, guys, which is abnormal as it comes. But the trend seems to be under Wednesday, guys. And I'm not talking about a guy we have, and right here, guys, I'm talking about a guy we've made some good money on betting his over, Kodai Senga. And it seems we figured this guy out, guys. And when we did stay off his last loss, we circled it because his only 2 losses this year happens to be the same situation he finds himself in today. And the only reason why I didn't pull it, guys, is because, like I said, it is moving day, guys. And if I get the right lineup, guys, I will fade Senga today. And that's the walk percentage we have, guys. And we run him every time the numbers say no strikeouts. If they have no strikeout percentage, we look at their walk percentage to play them. Like with the Reds last week, they weren't walking, they weren't striking out. Well, the walking is the issue with this guy. He's walked 3 or more people in every game. And the 2 times that he lost were to the Rockies and to the Giants. Both Rockies just had a league average, guys. League average walk percentage, where the Giants had an elite 11.1% walk percentage. So he's faced a lot of 1% lower than league average type teams, guys. He's faced some bumps, and he's gotten away with it. And this ain't no bump. This team's walking at a elite 10.1%, where league average is 8.4. Oh boy. Yeah, like I said, they're hitting the ball, guys. They're not striking out, and they're walking. And the fact of the matter is they're walking. And if we get their everyday lineup, guys, I will be on Kodai Senga under 5.5 today. And mind you, guys, if I bet any under, I'm only putting a half unit on it today, as these will probably be my first and maybe my last unders I ever bet if they decide to kick me square in the fucking nuts. But as a lot of my people who bet my plays and talk to me, they're like, you're probably better at unders, Sharpie, than you are at overs. And you're really good at overs, because every time you stay off your guys, more often than not, they don't have a fucking shot, Sharpie. So I'm tired of sitting back and being right, saying it, and not making money off of it. So I will start a little slower, betting my unders than what I probably should, because I'm a JJ, but I need to start betting some unders if I'm not going to ride my guys over for a reason. Shout out to the 50 live. Shout out to the 30 who smashed the like. That don't add up, though, guys. We will get into the 50 right here. I'll pop the play that I've already bet that is not on the show. I'll also bring it up later for the ones who popped in. But we're taking Matthew Liberatore of the St. Louis Cardinals over 4.5 strikeouts at -125. Some books have him up to a -140. We have a certain offshore, we're not going to say a name, where you probably can't bet it at anymore because we steamed that book. Matthew Liberatore has a great situation today that he's coming into versus the Milwaukee Brewers versus a left-handed pitcher, guys. Liberatore is one of the top 7 left-handed prospects in all of baseball, top 100 prospect list kid. He came up last year and had a cup of coffee. He got beat down a little bit, guys. He did not do well in his first 28 innings of work. You know where he did do well? Oh, versus a Brewers team who sulked donkey schlong versus lefties like they did last year. I mean, their numbers are pretty much dead the same, guys. This team has not been good versus lefties for a very long time. So what I'm getting at, guys, Matthew Liberatore, top stud kid, comes up to the bigs. He gets beat up a little bit. That happens. Gets sent back down, cool beans. Then this year, oof. 3 ERA with the 56 strikeouts and 17 walks and only 46 innings. The kid's done figured it out. He's already came up to the big leagues and got the jitterbugs out, guys. So he's coming into a really, really good matchup in a spot where he gets to show he belongs with this big league ball club. So I took Matthew Liberatore over 4.5 -125. And that is the bet I got in that is not on this show. I will also talk about it at the end for those that show up late. Now let's get into another guy that I want to shoot another under on. I know, guys, this is crazy, huh? If you've watched me for the last 2 years, you will never see a show where I talk 3 unders. Just ain't happening. And these are guys I bet overs on. This ain't guys that I go look to bet on. No, I look to find a reason to bet their overs, and then I cut off of it if I don't want it. And now I'm just sick of it. I'm calling it. I'm seeing it. And we circled it and talked to Corbin Burns last week. We're like, if he hits his K-prop today, we circle the number with Corbin Burns. And that's what we got to do. And this is the situation we find ourselves in today. Corbin Burns, number 7 in the black book at the Cardinals, has a 21% K percentage. That's key. And a 9.7 walk percentage. Opening line 6+ -130 to the over. 5.5 on PrizePicks, whereas outs, hits, earned runs were not available on PrizePicks. Projected lineup for your St. Louis Cardinals is 5 lefties, 4 righties. At home, he's averaging an 8.4 K per nine, while on the road, a 7 K per nine. He's always been better at home, but he's never been this bad, guys. But this is a new Corbin Burnes. Lefties, he has a 7.8 K per nine, and righties, he has a 7.5. He's always been decent versus lefties, not decent, good. Like, let's be realistic, but always better versus the right-handed side. This just ain't Corbin Burnes, guys. This is Corbin Bum, and that's what we get now in 2023. Are you tired of me saying under yet? Because we ain't done yet, guys. Corbin Burnes versus the Cardinals is another spot where I can only look under. With the spin doc last week when we were on this show, guys, we talked Burn versus the Royals and how if Burn hits the over, we seem to have figured him out. And he went out and hit his over. He went 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, and they jumped him up to a 6.5. Now, we talked about how Burnes has only hit his K prop one time before last week. And that one time was a team walking 1% or worse lower than league average. That's what he came into with the Royals, and that's when he went out and hit his strikeouts again. So, out of all of his games this year, he's only hit his K prop twice to the over, and he needed those teams not to walk. Kind of like how we figured out Kodai Senga, guys. Kodai Senga needs teams who don't walk. The K percentage means absolutely nothing with that guy. So certain guys are easy. Jordan Montgomery, you circle the K percentage. Okay, you're easy. I wish everybody was that easy, guys, but we live and we learn. And right now, guys, 2023 Corbin Burnes needs a team who doesn't walk. That's the only time he's hit his K percentage. Taking the fact, though, guys, that where pitchers opposing St. Louis in St. Louis with a K percentage of 20 to 27 are 2-5 to the over. All signs point to Sharpie getting in on the under, guys, but my legs are shaking as I need to wait for the lineups. Like I said, it is moving day. I will not bet an under with a minor league lineup. I need the regulars so I know what I'm getting myself into. And that's the regulars walk percentage right here. And this team right here is walking at an elite 10% right now, guys. And they are crushing the dog piss out of the ball. Granted, it wasn't versus the greatest competition, but there is one thing to add in, though. We got to talk about Burnes' pass versus the St. Louis Cardinals, guys. He went 7 innings in all 3 games that he faced them last year, striking them out 10, 7, and 5 respectfully. The only issue, guys, is that was last year Corbin Burnes, and he ain't been that guy this year, guys, with a 1 mile per hour off his fastball and cutter. And I watched his game last week because I'm like, I want to see this guy. When they jump people up or mess with somebody, I got to watch those games more than the ones I even got money on. Like, I'll check box scores, like, constantly refreshed on the ones. But I want to watch, like, I watched Gilbert. I watched that whole game the other day. Like, what do they got up their sleeves, guys? And Gilbert had like 9 people with 2 strikes and didn't finish them off. So I just want to see what they know and try to figure it out and go from there. So at the end of the day, guys, this team got owned by Corbin Burnes last year when the numbers said he shouldn't own them. They weren't striking out. They were one of the premier elite teams last year and not striking out. Once again, you need a good reason to run a K prop versus them. Unless they're lefties, guys, they have fallen off the cliff versus the left-handed side. So you give me the regular lineup. You could take out Contreras, give him a day off. That dude fucking swings at everything. If I'm going to get on an under, guys, I need the regulars. And yeah, it's going to be a sweat with this guy because he probably does go 7 innings. And does he get his 5.5 strikeouts? I would like to bet no. And you give me that lineup and I damn sure will, guys. So we got 60 live, almost 40 likes. Smash the like if you have it. And let's talk the over that we're on. And you guys have all probably bet it too, guys. Because let's be real. We are big, giant fans of this man on this show. Number 8 in the black book, where he will be number 1 in the black book next year, guys. Spencer Strider at the Rangers. 2023, he has a 42.9. 42.9 K percentage with an 8.2 walk percentage. They opened them up last night, 8 plus minus 110. Morning line is 10 plus plus 110, but there are a bunch of minus 145s, minus 150s for the over 8.5. PrizePicks has them at a flat 9. Earned runs were under over 1.5. Projected lineups, and oh Lord, I don't give a damn if they sent 9 lefties, 9 righties, however you want to flip it, tip it. This is old Mick Strider, guys, but they are projected 5 lefties and 4 righties. His K per 9 this year at home, he has a 16 K per 9. We're on the road. Oh, it's only a 14.5 K per 9. Lefties, Híjole chingalo, wait, man, he's got a 6. You sure that's lefties, 16.8 K per 9 this year versus the left-handed side with freaking 14 K per 9 versus the right-handed side. It was actually flipped last year with the righties and the lefties, and oh boy. Oh boy. So what the fuck is up with this shit though? Let's be real. 9 plus minus 150 for the GOAT. For the GOAT. Bah. Bah. I mean, he's been a walking 9-piece since the start of this year. Now, I get in 8 games this year, he's only gone over 9.5 just 3 times, and just a 40% win rate over his last 10 games. So I get the fact they are 8.5 juice, guys. But I would have bet this 9.5 at minus 130, guys. So fuck the bullshit, guys. I am on the 9.5 at the plus money, and I'm not here. I get it. I'm not here to bet minus 140s and minus 150s if I don't have to. If this guy has 9 strikeouts today, he's getting the 9.5, and there's no reason to be paying juice on something like that, in my opinion, guys. I think he smashes the 8.5, the 9.5, the 10.5 today, guys. This is a matchup from the baseball gods given to old Mick Strider right here, guys. Oof. This is the best numbers he's going to see all year, guys. These stupid Rangers are walking at a 4.1%, womp, 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 and they're striking out at a 26.4% clip, guys. The only time this year he has seen a K percentage above 24% was the Reds game, where that game he only had 9 strikeouts, but the Reds were walking at a stupid 11.7%. Big difference in 11.7 and 4.1, fellas. That's about 2 strikeouts with old Mick Strider, guys. So, now we get a guy over the season, if he gets strike 1 called, has a strikeout percentage of over 50%, guys. Good God Almighty, we have an animal on our hands today, and it looks like they let a lion out with the wrong pack of freaking animals at the zoo. It looks like all the flamingos are about to die, man. Like, why'd you let a lion out with flamingos? Because that's what's going to happen today, guys. At the end of the day, there's a reason why he is striking lefties out at a 17 K per 9. Last year, he was pretty much a fastball slider. Didn't trust his changeup. Threw it at a 5% clip. Worked on it all off season long, guys. And came into this season, used it in spring training, started to gain trust with it, and now this guy is a legit 3-pitch pitcher with a elite swing and miss from all 3 pitches, guys. Whether you want to call him Mustache Man, Quadzilla, or Old Mick Strider, guys, over 9.5 at plus monies for me, please and thank you. Now we talk the other side of this matchup, guys, and that's he's been good to us as well. This is one of the few guys that he's only lost 1 time to his K prop, and it was a trap K prop. And the dude went 8 innings and got that 5 strikeouts, but he didn't get 6. And now this is where we're getting at, guys. It looks a little trappy right now, but it only looks trappy because somebody bet the goddamn crap out of it and hammered the under, guys. It did open up 7 plus at plus 108 for Nathan Eovaldi versus these Braves, and now minus 130-ish around that 6 plus, guys. So they did smack it, and it did go. It went down a whole number, and we've talked about it on this show. What happens when a K prop goes down a whole number? Nothing good. Let us tell you that, guys. So PrizePicks has them at a 6, whereas earned runs under over are at 2.5. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties, where his K per 9 2023 home 9.5 compared to a 9.2 on the road. Same type guy. He is the man. Lefties, he has an 8.3 K per 9 and 10.5 from the right-handed side. 60 live, and the like button ain't been smashed by those other 20 guys. Y'all must be taking my picks to sell them, huh? Y'all can't even hit the like for that? Man, bad karma's coming your way. Now, guys, Evaldi opened up over 6.5, guys, at plus money, and I woke up to a 5.5 at a bettable price. So someone smacked the under. And not saying I get it, but I wasn't looking to back Evaldi here at that 6.5. And now that it's a 5.5, my head starts to hurt. The only time Evaldi this year hasn't hit the over 5.5 was on a back-to-back. And, the game versus the Angels where they dropped him down to a 5.5 after this guy was crushing 6.5. Oh, wait, that was trappy. Wow, we're not gonna bet that. We cannot bet Nathan Evaldi at 5.5 minus 110 versus the Angels when he's got 7 strikeouts in every game but a back-to-back. Oh, no, that don't make sense. So we stayed off of Nathan Evaldi that day. He went 8 freaking innings and only got 5 strikeouts. How the hell did the books know this man wasn't going to hit his strikeouts that day, guys? Like, that is absurd. But this is why I stay off of when they drop it from a man's average. Now, they did not drop it from the man's average. This got bet down from the man's average. And we've talked about this before, guys. This has not been good to the overs. The last one recently that just got bet down a whole number was Pablo Lopez, guys. And did he come close? No, he did not. So I'm not saying that it cannot happen, but it has been like a 25% win rate when a guy drops a whole number from where he opened up at. And this is what happened here, guys. So let's look at these Braves numbers. They're walking at an elite percentage, and they're not striking out. Now, they're not hitting the ball. And we're used to the Braves hitting the ball, guys, but over the last 15 days, they're not. And this is how Evaldi can go and hit this over 5.5, guys. Now, I'm not going to get on it because I'm not here to chase a K-prop and chase a lean, but the lean heavy here, guys, is the over, guys. I wouldn't have bet the 6.5, but there was no way was I looking to bet the under 6.5 like somebody did. And Evaldi spoke about it in spring training, and he talked about how he wanted to go deep. Now, it didn't start to come to fruition till the last few games. He's gone over 8 innings, I believe, now 3 straight games. So I go look at his outs, guys. They have him at a juiced minus 200. Who the hell bets minus 200? I mean, I wish I had that type of income. I wish I could parlay that. They don't let you parlay the outs, guys. Why didn't they put it at an 18 or an 18.5? Why did they put this man at 17.5 minus 200, guys? Like, they don't want you to bet that. So if you're a big boy bettor, I'd go bet that. Like, I would. Like, I'd lay down freaking like 5 to win 2,500. But guess what, guys? Sharpie ain't a big boy bettor like that, guys. But they don't want you to bet it. I get it. I can't bet no minus 200, guys. So at the end of the day, I expect this man to be out there 6-7 innings today, and he's going to have ample opportunities to hit that over 5.5. There's no way I'd want to be involved in an under when I think the guy's going to be going deep, guys. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just had to let this one go, call it a day, and pull out the pirate pistol, like I said, guys. So appreciate you all for tuning in. The like button finally is reaching where the live button's at. That's where it should be, guys. And for those who tuning in late, of course, we hit the 22 likes and retweets for Kershaw's mom. So the other bet I have in is Matthew Liberatore of the St. Louis Cardinals, over 4.5 minus 125. And depending on the book, guys, right before the show, it's minus 125 to minus 140, unless you're a certain offshore that we may or may not have steamed up to an unbettable juice. Now, Liberatore is a top 100 prospect and a top 7 left-handed prospect, depending on where you look. In the minors this year, guys, he has been killing it. He's got a 3 ERA, 56 strikeouts with 17 walks and just 46 innings of work. And the best part is, guys, is he got his cup of coffee call up last year. Didn't have his best shit, guys. He got whopped more often than not, and he got sent back down in 28 innings. Well, in that 28 innings, he's seen the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Milwaukee Brewers, like now, back then, are pretty much the same team. They swing and miss at lefties a whole lot. And he went 5 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs with 6 strikeouts. Best game of his freaking small but short, ample career. Now he gets the call up, guys, and he's ready for it now. He's not going to have the jitterbugs, and he's going to be ready to slang the damn thing versus a team who's been swinging and missing a whole lot from the left-handed side. So give me Matthew Liberatore today in a matchup from the baseball gods in a spot where he gets to prove that he belongs in with the big boy club and no longer with them little kids down in the minors. So Matthew Liberatore, guys, will be our guy. If you're just tuning in for the recap, guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. It does help more than you know. Today, guys, the theme of the day seemed to be under the bridge downtown is where I'll bet today. Under Wednesday, guys, we talked 3 pitchers, Garrett Cole, Corbin Burns, and Kodai Senga. All were looks to the under. And depending on the lineups today, guys, if they give me their regular unders, you will see Sharpie on his regular lineups. You will see Sharpie on their unders. I will be a vagina and only put a half unit on it because, I mean, this ain't what I normally do, guys, but I am tired of understanding when not to bet my guys and them not coming close and me not capitalizing. So all these guys are in very good situations not to hit their over if we get their normal lineups and not get a moving day lineup, which could happen. And we end up with some AAA guys that where the numbers that I'm looking to attack are really not the numbers because they don't belong there. So yeah, let's not do it, guys. Then we talk Garrett Cole, guys. It's a little different. He is 1-3 to the over 6.5, and we get a 6.5 today. When we faced them earlier this year, he was a 7.5, and he didn't come close. Now, the Blue Jays have already talked to the umps about Cole and him using substances in the past, and the last time they played, Cole was deking them. He touched 10 different body parts before he threw the ball and the baseball, and baseball's a giant mental game, guys, and if you can get in their head, you've already done your job. You don't need to cheat, and a day where Domingo just got caught for cheating, nah. This is not a day Garrett Cole is going to try to bring out any type of foreign substances, guys. So you give me the regular Jays lineup. I will take Garrett Cole under 6.5 strikeouts today, even though Kevin Kiermaier probably going to strike out twice. Oh, I hate you, Kiermaier. So I was kind of salty yesterday, guys, going 3-1 on K props and still having a losing day. Salty's an understatement, and I almost let it get in the way of today. And the worst thing in gambling is to let recency bias get in the way of your gambling or let it be the reason to even place a bet. We have to be able to let shit go and just not think yesterday, and we have to have a clear mind and read the situation at hand. And at the end of the day, guys, I'm on Darvish for a half unit over 18.5 at plus 105. And after a day like yesterday where the Padres had to go to the pin early, today should be the day Bob Melvin needs this guy. And I expect him to go 7+. Darvish is the one to do it on this team. And the proof, guys, was in the pudding last season where Darvish went over 18.5 outs in 16 of his 29 starts. We get a good number on the plus money, guys, because he's only hit this on 3 of 7 starts this year. But if we dig into it a little bit deeper, he was on a pitch count the first year. That dropped a first game. That drops us down to a 50% win percentage instead of a losing win percentage. It bumps us up. And then we take out the game, guys, where he pitched in Mexico City, where every pitcher was baptized by fire, playing in those air conditions. So we hit his K prop that day, which was good. We know he pitches good in thin air. So we take out that game, guys, and now we have a nice 60 win percentage in a spot where the team needs him versus a team he should dominate. I did only go a half unit here, guys, because the Padres do want to win this series, and it is tied 1-1. If Bob Melvin does decide to pull some shit like he did last week after Darvish was cruising 6 innings, 80 pitches, then I've got to be smart and not put myself out there to get burned, guys. But I think this guy goes 7 strong. turns it over to the elite part of the San Diego bullpen today. The lean on there is the over and the over only strikeouts, guys. All but 2 of our guys have smacked the over on this guy. I stayed off of his over today because the ones that have hit the over are guys that look for the strikeouts, and not saying that Darvish ain't going to hit it. Just Darvish doesn't look for the strikeout, and that's why I attack the outs in that way. But would not be surprised if this guy goes 7 innings and has freaking 9 to 12, or goes 7 innings and has 3 to 5. Guys, I've seen it both ways with Darvish, so I'm going to bank on this guy to do what Darvish has done, and that's be the hog for the San Diego Padres team. Then we talked about the over I am on, guys, and that's Spencer Strider over 9.5 plus 108. I know there are a lot of 8.5s, minus 140s, minus 150s, and there's now a plus 118 on the 9.5. And plus 118 is where the 9.5 should have been, guys. No lie. He's only got a 30% win percentage this year and a 40% win percentage over his last 10 games to the 9.5. But we get a matchup from the baseball gods, guys. And he's a legitimate 3-pitch pitcher now and a legitimate strikeout pitcher with each 3 pitches, guys. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you're fucked. Let me tell you guys, old Mick Strider had a farm, KKKKK, and on his farm he had a ranger who is DEAD dead. Yeah, I said that, guys. We did it with the Jays, we do it with the Rangers. Mick Strider strikes people out, and this is the best matchup he's seen all year by these type of numbers. This team is not walking at a disgusting 4.1%, and they're striking out at a 26.2 or 3%. Trash. No bueno. Not for this guy. Taking the fact, Spencer Strider, dude, has a stupid over 50% strikeout rate when he gets first strike called. You're cooked, as some of us would say, guys. So Spencer Strider, yes, you can get the 8.5s. I think there's no reason to take juice when I have the guy going out getting 12, 13, guys. So at the end of the day, I'm content with the plus money. And yeah, either which way you want to get in, guys, just get in on the GOAT, old Mick Strider, guys. Then we talked about Nathan Eovaldi, and yeah, he is 5.5 strikeouts. Now the only issue is, guys, is he opened up at a 6.5. And when pitchers have dropped the whole strikeout, it has not been good to the over, with an only 25% win percentage to the over when that has happened. The Braves are not striking out and walking, but they're not hitting the ball, guys. And this is where Eovaldi can hit that 5.5. I think Eovaldi goes deep like he has been going deep, guys. And there's no way in hell I'd get involved in this under, guys. I didn't want the 6.5, but there sure in hell was no way I'd be looking at the under 6.5. So Nathan Eovaldi is over or nothing to me, and I'm just content with the nothing. So we pulled out the pirate pistol, we shoot these hoes in the eyes, and we get back in line. We first in the mother in line. So appreciate you all for tuning in on this Wednesday. Games are about to start. Some are already cracking. So let's get to the money, guys. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks. So if you haven't, go on over there, use that promo code PUBSPORTS and get a match deposit up to 100, minimum of 25 on your first deposit. If I could do anything to say thank you, if you go out there and do that, I will give you my bets for 2 weeks, and we will get your money back, guys. So take a screenshot of the deposit and of you using that promo code, and I will do you a favor for doing us a favor as well. Some say, guys, we be pubbing, but before I say that, I got to say thank you, guys. I'm Sharpie's Bets. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks, produced by Big Show Picks, and on Pub Sports Radio, guys. Some say we be pubbing. I say we getting our motherfucking money back today.
Keep firing, assholes!